I remember it was my sophomore year of high school, and I was going on a big trip. I asked my dad if I could borrow his video camera. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but I edited all the footage together, and I had a big party at my house, and everyone just loved it. They just had such a good time. And if I look back on it now, I mean, it was horrible. I mean, the editing was so bad, but then it was so great. I'd enrolled in my video production class with Dr. Rupert Johnston, and I actually sent 4 projects over to the school's film festival, and 2 of them ended up making it to the AECT International Student Media Festival. So my senior year, I did manage to make 10 video projects. 4 of them ended up making it all the way to that year's International Student Media Festival. But then something really extraordinary happened before the school year ended. I was taking an advanced German class at the time, and I took this national test, and I got to be an intern with ZDF, which is the largest television station in Europe. And then I eventually found myself at the Savannah College of Art and Design in Savannah, Georgia. I was a really shy kid, and eventually I ended up coming out of my shell and realizing part of my personality really wants to entertain people. I actually opened my own business, going around and just entertaining for weddings, bar mitzvahs, proms, corporate events, and that was my weekend every weekend. I was driving 4.5 hours one direction and 4.5 hours back from Lawrenceville to Savannah just to pay for school. I got a call from a man named Joey Thurmond, and Joey said, "Hey, I hear you do video production. I need a promo video for my circus act." And when we were filming him putting on his makeup, I couldn't stop recording. I mean, I ended up having a 20-minute little interview of him putting his makeup on and talking about the history of clowning. And I said, this is so fascinating. We should do a documentary about it. We became great friends, and I ended up graduating from the Savannah College of Art and Design with a Bachelor of Fine Arts. So I said, "Joey, do you need a ringmaster this particular weekend?" He said, "Sure." So I met up with him, and I pulled him aside, and I said, "You remember when we talked about this clown documentary idea? I really want to do this." We started phase 1 in 2010, and that was getting all the interviews from all the Hall of Famers, circus professionals, and experts in the history of circus and clowning in general. 2011 was phase 2, which was filming Joey and his family on the road, and we followed him for an entire year. We ended up with hundreds of hours, days upon days of footage that we now had to go through, and that became phase 3, the editing process. Some of the challenges were emotional. Laura and I were newly married, and there were many nights that she would go to bed alone and I had to stay up. There was, of course, a time issue because we were trying to schedule filming as well as my job, but probably the biggest challenge was the financial challenge. I funded this film with my own money, but I believed in the project that much. GreasePaint is about following your dream and not giving up. And that's exactly what I was doing. And I was going to complete this project by any means necessary. Any opportunity that I get to help teach the younger generation, I jump on it.
To have Daniel produce locally is just a wonderful tribute to our city and to our educational program and our performing arts program.
I decided that I wanted to have one of the first premieres of GreasePaint at Collins Hill High School. We pulled out the red carpet, and the students got to ask me what the journey was like.
A lot of the times, I felt like he was teaching me.
A few of my survival tips: know your audience, know your market, and make sure that you understand business as well as the art. As a director, you've got to delegate. Obviously, we all have our strengths, but we also all have our weaknesses. Trust, especially when you're dealing with human subject matter. You have to build that trust because your subjects are letting you into their lives. You've got to have heart, because if you truly love it, you're going to have that attitude of there is no failure. I had my wife, my family, and all my friends supporting me along the way in this project, and it's already opened up so many opportunities for me as a filmmaker, and I'm just excited to see what happens next.
auteurs do many things and have to be proud of it. It's the idea that we won't quit no matter what. This year, for the first time ever, a documentary filmmaker, Daniel Espeut, is Annual Auteur of the Year!
This is truly, truly an honor. Thank you, Oscar and Sharon. Thank you, the Bare Bones International Film and Music Festival, and I really gotta thank all my fellow nominees up here. It truly is an honor to be amongst such great talent up here and all of you out there, and thank you for letting me bring this back home to Georgia. I really appreciate it, and I won't let you down.
Okie Country 101.7, and we want to say a big shout out this morning.
Our honorary DJ, he won for GreasePaint the Indie Auteur of the Year 2014. He's from Lawrenceville, Georgia, making his way back home this morning, and we want to give him a shout out. Great, great young man.
This wonderful, talented young man who's an honorary disc jockey here on Okie Country for life.